That might have to be. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Stuff I Heard podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Peak. And if you are like me, you are battling a slight cold still because it's that time of the year. Fa la la la.
Yeah.
Fa la 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 la. Everybody hugs necks and kisses babies and shakes hands. And next thing you know, we're all sniffling and snotting and trying to breathe. And we're like, I swear I'm not normally like this. And then next thing you know, we're all coughing up lungs and stuff like that. But with that being said, I feel really great today compared to how I've been feeling. My wife does not feel that great.
Nope.
Sorry
Nope.
about
Nope.
that.
Yep.
Listen, normally it is kind of interesting that we don't share a lot of colds. We've been pretty good about the fact that if one of us gets something, the other one kind of doesn't until now.
Yeah.
Um,
Normally, I usually get the crud at least once a year,
yeah,
and mine is usually February, but
I was gonna say about.
it seems like it's come a little sooner this year.
I think we've been married. We've been almost married 20 years. It's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say every maybe 7 years we get something that we both have at the same time, but it's rare. It's very rare. I mean, I know a lot of couples, they're like, oh, I got it, the wife's got it, the kids got it. Yeah, we haven't been like that.
Yeah, and luckily, I mean, we're healthy. Knock
Yeah,
on wood.
yeah,
Thank you, Lord, for that. I had COVID last February,
yeah,
but it was really to me just a bad cold.
yeah.
Um, I made the sad mistake of testing and it was positive, and work made me stay home for, I think it was
Oh,
2 or 3 days. No, I don't like to miss work. I
oh.
mean, I definitely don't want to use vacation time when I'm sick. But
You
anyway,
can't use sick time?
yeah, I did
Okay.
actually. And I was able to work from home some, but because I think you went and got my computer, that was February of last
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah,
And knock on wood, I have not had, I mean, I've had a couple times where I've been not felt the grace in the world, but it didn't
yeah.
turn into a full blown cold. So
Yeah, I've been good enough that the time that I've taken off has worked out good because I've been home snotting and snorting and filling up my tissues and luckily had some medicine that was able to help. I got the Vicks as Joe Coy says, I put the Vicks on my puts and
yeah, I did that last night, and I don't know if it helped or not. I
I
mean,
didn't put it on my puts, but I put it on my
I
chest.
did. That's the first time I've ever done that. I saw that you had ordered Vicks Vapor Rub from
Yeah,
Amazon, and I was like, "Holy cow! We don't own any Vicks Vapor Rub.
we don't.
We didn't." And I couldn't tell you when the last time was that I used Vicks Vapor
I
Rub.
was a kid when last time I used it.
Yeah,
I've
probably me
used it
too.
on my kids and haven't used it since I was a kid.
Do you remember the little say the same jar, kind of like the same jar, but it was called mentholatum?
Uh-uh.
Okay,
It's the
that
same kind
was
of stuff though.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I was on the Googles last night looking up the whole Vicks Vapor Rub on your feet.
Vicks is not a sponsor, but they can be.
The,
Just saying.
although there's nothing on there that says that I mean, that is just like a home remedy
Yeah.
thing. There are a few doctors that will say that it won't hurt, but they will in the same conversation or the same statement say this is
Not a recommendation,
not a
but
recommendation or a medicine or anything like that.
sort of like having chicken noodle soup isn't a recommendation, but it won't hurt.
Yeah.
But
So I did put Vicks on the bottom of my feet last night and put socks on and slept in socks. And actually, I will have to say, sleeping in socks was harder, was the most difficult part of that because I'm not used to sleeping in socks. I can't tell a difference. I mean,
yeah, but
I'm no worse off today than I was yesterday, but I'm not better.
here's
So
the thing: is mine got better and then I got worse.
yeah, you actually felt
I
really
I
bad.
felt really good, and then all of a sudden it started feeling bad again, and I got congested again. I don't know what happened in between
Yeah, I
there.
want to say yesterday was 2 weeks ago is when you felt really bad. I
Yeah,
could tell because you stayed here at the house all day
yeah,
on the couch and you really didn't say very much at all.
I couldn't. My
Yeah,
throat hurt too bad. But yeah,
but
so I think that
and then you got 100% better, and
I think I
now,
was getting better, and then we went to Georgia and we hugged necks, shake hands, and
well, there was
then I got
also,
something from one of the youngins, and
yeah, there was
yeah,
some couple of snotty nosed youngins around, and
snotty
man,
nose youngins.
those are little germ critters for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Of course, all that stuff's necessary. You're supposed to make you stronger, make your immune system stronger the more you fight it, and but you can get immuno fatigued, and I think that was kind of my case. Maybe I was fighting the cold and got around it too much, and my system was just like, yeah, we ain't got enough to battle this, buddy. You just You got a second dose, so you're gonna get sick
What is
now.
it about a cold that just makes you feel tired?
Um,
I mean, it just sucks the energy out
all
of
I can
you.
imagine is those little cartoons of the little tiny, battle guys, fighting off some kind of infection, and they look like little monsters, and they're like, "Get them, boys!" Ah! Inside of your body. Just no.
Man, the way
It was a cartoon I
I am
watched.
so glad I'm not inside your head.
Yeah. Oh, you are. You are. You spend more time in there than anybody else. Trust
That's
me.
that's your
That's
choice,
that's
not
why
mine.
that's why you're so exhausted because you're spending so much. Listen,
Oh, that's your choice. I mean,
boy.
we've been taking down Christmas decorations slowly because it seems like I will
Slowly.
do a few things and then I have to just like lay down in the floor
Yep. Yeah. Well, we did a lot this weekend.
because my head will start just spinning.
We typically don't take down Christmas decorations until after the New Year, which we waited for the New Year. This is the weekend after, and it just worked out where it was okay.
Yeah, we had nothing to do yesterday because our tickets got canceled by
Right.
Ticketmaster
Well, not by Ticketmaster, by Cirque du
by Cirque
Soleil.
du Soleil.
Yeah. Cirque du Soleil was supposed to have a thing, and then they canceled, and then now we're waiting on our refund.
Yeah, we
But
still don't have our money back.
anyway, it worked out good because we got some stuff done.
Yes.
I would like to talk about the fact that I finally got the lawnmower fixed by doing something I didn't want to do in the beginning.
Yeah, I
I
saw
went
that
the
charge. I didn't realize that part
well,
was so expensive. Don't get me wrong, that $220 is definitely cheaper than a
yeah,
new mower because we paid what $1,700 for that mower 16 years ago.
so 18 years ago,
No, we bought it.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
We bought in 2008, August of 2008.
Yes.
They have me on record.
Hmm.
So I bought a Husqvarna YTH. It's got a whole serial number.
Oh, it's been a good one.
It has a Kohler 20 horsepower single piston. It's called the Courage motor. And if you Google it, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, this is a garbage motor," blah 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 blah. It's not. If you just take care of your motor, everything's going to be fine. A lot of people don't do maintenance like they're supposed to. We are privileged in the fact that we have a garage that we keep it in, and that helps protect it a lot from the elements and from mice and stuff like that. But
But you've also done a good job of servicing it.
and talking to the guy at the Mosley, I've spent some time down there talking to the guys, and they were like, the crazy part is they don't even make the engines as good as they used to when you bought yours. He said if you bought a new one today, it wouldn't last you that long. He said they used to have a standard of engines that they would buy only from certain manufacturers, and it had to be certain specs. But then when COVID hit and there was such a need, they just opened it up for anybody that would pump out any engine. And he said we get a lot of phone calls from people wanting, all kinds of information on junk motors that we don't service. We have no reputation with. We have no record of. And he said we just can't offer them parts for a lot of these things because they're garbage motors. He
I
was
think
like,
that's with anything
it
nowadays.
is. He said it's across the board. It's
I mean,
not
we've
just
discussed that
lawnmowers.
about the fact of
It's vehicles too.
well, vehicles, washing machine, washer and dryer, all appliances
Yep.
do not last now like they used to.
It's all a disposable kind of mentality.
Well, as a manufacturer, I could see the suits sitting around the table saying, we can't continue to make washer dryers, refrigerators that last 25 years. We're putting ourselves out of business.
If you want something that's going to last that long, you buy a Prius because but no one wants a Prius because they're boring looking. But they're made to last forever, and they do. I mean, but again, nobody wants one.
Yeah, but you ain't bought one recently. You keep going back to the fact that your dad's got one, but it's an older one.
They're still like
you don't know that.
You go on Reddit, it's ridiculous. They're selling used. Listen, if we had a kid today,
that's because it only goes 5 miles an hour.
It doesn't go 5. It goes the speed limit. If we had a kid today, we need to buy a car for it. Buy a used Prius because that thing would just last and last and last. So, but they're boring looking. They're boring looking. They're making it cooler now. The new model looks like a sports car, but anyway, beside the point. Got the mower fixed. It needed a carburetor. I was driving it last part of the season, finished cutting, got done, turned the motor off, smelled gas. Like, that's not good. Went to investigate. YouTube helped me figure it out. It was the carburetor that had gone bad. Inside the carburetor, there's a solenoid that regulates how much gas pulls in, and a needle in there that siphons out how much gas you need as you're needing it. So those two parts have gone bad. It's old. It's just one of those parts that goes bad eventually. It's a single piston, so it gets a lot of use. Anyway, I looked online and it looked like I could order a part on Amazon. That part was $20. I put it on, tried to use it. It did not want to work. The solenoid is not timed at the right specs. The needle is not the right height. There's all kinds of little intricate things. If you look at them side by side, they look identical, but they're not identical. Um, Certain ones are manufactured for an automatic choke. Certain ones have manuals. It's all kinds of things. Finally, I kept getting people on Reddit saying, unfortunately, you're going to have to go with an OEM part. You're going to have to go wherever you bought the mower from can probably get you an OEM part. Just try to take the part with you because it's got a
What
part
does
number.
OEM mean?
Original equipment from the manufacturer.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So generally those are a little more expensive. This one was $200 more than the other one. So, but like you said, it's cheaper than a payment.
So we spent 20 to spend 220. Spent $20 to realize
We
that you
spent
needed to
20
spend.
to learn a lesson. No, we spent 20 to take a chance that a $20 part
I
could fix
know,
it.
I know. I'm not saying that $240 to fix a lawnmower is
Right.
definitely cheaper than a 20 because there's no way you could get that lawnmower now
Well,
for.
and looking online, it was almost a year ago that we put a new pulley on there, and that was $80. I put a new pulley and a new belt on there. That was $80.
So we paid 1,700 for the mower
Yeah.
back in 2008.
Eight.
And you've probably spent how much? No, don't count like oil changes, count parts. I know that the
I've replaced
gas
the
tank.
blades a couple of times. I replaced the gas tank. Probably $500 total
Okay.
in all those years.
Well, I wouldn't say the blades. Blades are something that's like I consider those kind of like maintenance.
Yeah, but I don't buy them every year. I
No,
mean,
no,
some
no.
people buy them every year because they need to because they have that kind of ground that they cut.
Yeah, we don't.
We
No.
don't. We have less than an acre. It's mostly grass. It's not a lot of rock. It's not a lot of sand. I do sharpen them once a year, but when they get to where the metal's getting, thin, then I'll order a new set.
So 2,200 is probably all we've got in that mower total.
Yeah.
Not counting oil changes
And gas
and gas,
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But a new one, I'm sure you looked while you were at Mosley. Did you look to see about how much that mower goes for
No,
now?
they don't put price tags on them anymore.
Oh, okay.
They want you to sit on them and be like, "Ooh," and then they go, "We got them now." Yeah, they don't tell you how much they are.
So nowhere in that conversation did you find out how much one like yours would go for
No,
now?
ma'am.
Okay.
Nope. They didn't even have one like mine in there. They only had the zero turns in there.
And see, we don't need, I mean, we don't need a zero turn ever. I don't see that ever happening.
You cut grass faster.
I mean, yes, but we don't have a lot. I mean, we don't have a lot of yard.
Right.
We have more than push mower yard. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could push it.
It sucked.
It would suck. I mean, it would, especially in the dead of the summer.
Yep.
But we don't have, we don't really have enough property for zero turn.
Right.
So even if that one we're not able to repair it.
And over the years, I've replaced almost everything on it. I mean, was it 2 years ago? I did the starter and the solenoid, and yeah, I mean, there's not many parts left to replace other than the motor itself. But it's lasted, and so there's no sense in, like I said, there's no sense in buying a new one, and we can just keep this one going. And it runs fine. So yay.
Yeah, I'm glad you were.
Thank you to Mosley Outdoor here in Florence for being so helpful, and for all the friends on Reddit that have given me tips. That has helped a lot. That's become one of my best sources of information because you put on Facebook or something and you never know if anybody's going to answer it or whatever. But Reddit is sort of like specific to the thing you're looking for. If you go into a forum about those lawnmowers and you say, "Hey, I have a question. I have this problem," there's a forum of people that immediately jump on it, and it's kind of like a meeting point for forums. So I've been finding out a lot about the Jeep from there too. If I ever need to know, like, okay, this is what I'm up against, this is what I'm looking at. People have helpful tips and they like to give their input. And if they find something that works, they try to help. And that's kind of what I was looking for in the beginning anyway, was just a way to like share information on how to fix some things. And then if I learn some things, I can share it too. So that's kind of been my go-to lately for like, okay, this is what I'm up against. What do I need to do? So yeah, thanks for everybody's help. But got that done. Was able to I don't know, it's something about having a thing that you can't fix or get done in my head that it makes it hard for me to sleep. So the fact that I was able to get it done Friday and then knew that we didn't have to get up Saturday for the first time in a while, in probably 2 months that we didn't have to get up on purpose early.
Yeah.
I was able to sleep in. I took NyQuil and I slept gloriously for like almost 12 hours. Oh, this felt so great. I woke up yesterday, did have a bit of mucus, but again, the medicine helped. And by the time I woke up this morning, I felt 100% better. Every day I gauge it. I said yesterday I was at 90%. Today I'm probably at 98%. I'm feeling pretty dang good today. And I know you're feeling bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It'll
But
pass.
we think we're looking at putting in some concrete, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Good possibility.
Got a concrete guy that was able to come out and take some measurements for me so that we could have a little parking pad for the truck. That way the Jeep can get out, straight, and we're not parking on the grass, ruining the grass and that sort of thing.
We're playing car Tetris every time you want to drive the
Not
Jeep.
playing car Tetris. Do, 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 do,
Yeah,
do, 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 do. We were able to take down Christmas stuff today. That was a huge ordeal. We started yesterday, started taking ornaments off the tree, and I know that nobody understands what it takes to put one of these up. And you and I have talked about in the past about how from the beginning I thought that you worked for Hallmark or had someone from Hallmark come and decorate your tree. And since then, the tree decoration has just expanded because it's been exponential. We've had more money and time to buy better ornaments and better things to go on the tree, and it's looked better and better every year. And people come over and they go, "Oh my goodness, how in the world did you do this?" And it's the same thing that I said in the beginning, but it's almost magical the way it looks whenever it's done. But then it's like, okay, now we got to take it down, and it becomes a thing of you want to sort of get it done in a hurry, but you also need to be
Well, I
very
mean, it's a
careful.
big Christmas tree for one thing.
And there's a lot of ornaments on there
There's
that
a lot of
are
ornaments,
30 to
but
$40
now,
a piece that you got to be really careful
yeah,
with.
there's it's very time consuming.
And I
I'm
was,
the kind of person who I put my ornaments back in the original packaging.
which you do a better job of than I do,
Um,
because I'm fat fisted, so I tend to grip things the wrong
the other
way and
thing
break
I've
them by
done, and
accidentally.
we expanded more this year, is we've invested in the plastic totes. We
Yeah.
bought some more this year, and probably next year we'll buy a few more. I mean, I do like the fact that I don't have to cram stuff into boxes.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference whenever things when you can put things back in the original packaging, and whenever you can take your time and put the stuff up properly. It makes a big difference when you get ready to put it back up again the next year.
Plus, we're going to try something new this year, and I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we, instead of cramming the Christmas tree back into a box this year, we actually disassembled it and took it upstairs and reassembled it. And it's in a room that's closed off from everything else. And
well, the room over the room over the garage was a bedroom. When that child moved out, we do not want him to move back, so we decided not to turn that back into a bedroom.
It's turned into a really good storage area.
It's turned into a really good storage area. I mean, because we don't have to go into the attic, although I have a really great attic with great access to it now. We expanded on that several years ago.
Yep.
So, I mean, I have a lot of storage, but this room right now, we have all of the power cut off to that room. So it is extremely cold up there, and it does get warm. It gets hot rather, but not quite as hot as the attic because it is insulated better than the attic is insulated. But
I think that our goal was so that we're not cramming it into a box, that it protects the branches,
the lights,
and
yes,
the lights.
and the light, yeah. Because the thing I keep worrying about is when you buy Christmas trees, and I've tried hard not to buy cheap. I don't spend thousands of dollars. There are some really expensive Christmas trees out there. Balsam Hill, I always drool all over their website every year, but I just can't justify $2,000 for a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
The one that I stalked for many, many months a couple of years ago. I think it was in 2019. It was a $700+ tree. And I found it like 2 weeks before Christmas, and it was half price.
So it's one of those things where we just happened to walk in and there was like a one left.
No, it was not. I ordered it.
Oh, that's right.
And it was delivered.
Right. Yeah.
I ordered it, and because it went on sale like 2 weeks before Christmas. And it was like half price, or it might have even been a little bit more than half price off. And because I paid a little bit more than, I want to say a little over $400 for it. And we were talking about it, and you were like, you need to order that now. You will not be able to use it until next year. And I ordered it. It came in. I went and picked it up at Home Depot and stored it until the next Christmas, which was 2020, was our first Christmas with it.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, and what I want to say, maybe 2021, everything was all well and good. And then and every year we would take it down, put it back in the box. And I mean, and not roughly put it back in the box. We would put it back in
Yeah.
the box and put it back in the attic. And in 23, I want to say, is the first year
Put it together, and some of the
put it
lights didn't
together,
come on.
and some of the lights came on, but you could
got
tell they
dim.
were, something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I was so frustrated because this was not a cheap tree.
Well, and it said on there that if a light went out, it wasn't going to affect
Right.
anything because they were the micro LEDs, and it
Yeah,
was one
because
of those things where
there's like 3,500 lights on this tree. This is a very tall,
yeah,
9-foot tree.
and
We
you
have,
can't find one like it anymore.
and well, this particular one, it was
Yeah.
it's not in stock, and they don't make it anymore.
Yeah, the branches themselves
They're on hinges.
on the hinges, and
it's a very full tree. It's a beautiful tree. As a matter of fact, I have several people that when they come over, they will ask me what type, because they do like aspen ball, there's different types of trees, as far as like the names of them. And this one is a balsam fir is the name of the type of tree that it is. But Home Depot does not make it anymore.
Yeah.
But regardless, anyway, so
they got
I
away
was
from the
very,
micro LEDs.
well, I was very, very disappointed in 23 because it was like after the fact, because we decorated the tree. And I want to say once I don't know, for some reason we did not notice it until after the tree was fully decorated. We could not figure out why that one section was so much dimmer.
This year we took a little more time.
Yep.
And
as we were putting the thing together,
we noticed there was a little bit of a short in this wire, that wire, and we were able to kind of smooth it out and get it working. And then we added on some extra lights, which actually helped out a lot.
Yeah, but my first thought was, why does this keep happening? Why do I keep spending
it's tiny wire?
Yes, and shoving it back in the box cannot be good for it.
Yeah.
So this year we made the decision that since we have this room, we stored all of the Christmas totes in it last year and the Christmas tree, but we put the Christmas tree back in the box. Yeah. So this year I'm going to try something a little different.
Yep.
And I figure if it gets dust on it, it looks like snow. That's my thoughts. Okay. The dustier it gets, the more flocked it will look. The flocked Christmas trees, you've heard of that?
I've heard of Waka Flocka.
No. A flocked Christmas tree is the one that has that fake snow on it.
Okay.
And they are very pretty, but they are also, everything I've read about them, they are beautiful trees when they're decorated, but they say that stuff gets everywhere. But
it's got to be like a glue.
It is.
Right?
It is something. I have no idea what it is.
Cotton.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I figure if it sits up there in that room all year and from now until December, well, actually, I'm going to probably put it up in mid-October next year because I want to get done a little earlier next year.
There's nothing like decorating when it's 90 degrees outside.
I know. But anyway, I figure if it's got any dust on it, I'll just throw it. I just go with the whole snow effect thing.
Well, if it's really bad, we can take it and put it together on the back porch and use the blower.
Oh yeah, that'll
blow it off.
That'll look really nice.
Be lovely. Maybe we should cover it.
With what?
I don't know. A tarp.
I do have Christmas tree bags that I've never used. Tarp. I want to say there's like 3 or 4 different big, massive Christmas tree bags in the attic because every time I would buy a new tree, I never used the Christmas tree bags. We always put it back in the box.
I don't think the bags are made for it to be put on there when it's open. I think it's made to be folded up and put inside the bag.
Probably, yeah. I hadn't thought about that. But anyway.
Yeah.
I do know that the house looks bare now that all the Christmas decorations are down. It just looks so different with all the decorations down.
I like it all down because now I can use the fireplace because we're expecting some cold weather coming.
Yes, we've got some very cold weather coming.
Boy, we're talking about highs in the low 40s, high 30s, maybe.
No, I think we're supposed to get down into the low 20s for consecutive.
That's cold for us here in South Carolina. For those of you up north listening, you're like, that's not cold.
I want to say parts of North Carolina is expecting snow and ice.
Yep. Yeah, there's a big system coming through. My brother's going to get some snow where he's at.
Yes, I'll be glad to use the gas logs.
They're going to get tons. I hope we get a little bit.
a little bit of,
A little bit of snow.
yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I
I mean,
wouldn't
it's
mind
been
a
a
little bit
couple
of
of years.
snow.
I think we're going to get some this year. It's
Just so I
been how
can
many years?
just so I can drive my Jeep across it. It'd be like,
I want to say
"Rrrr." It's been a while.
it's been a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. We get it every what, 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
We get a little bit of
Just
snow.
enough for us to look outside and go, oh, snow.
Yeah.
And then it goes away. But yeah, I want to see it.
But now I've saw a lot of TikToks of I follow a girl that lives in Kentucky and she's been getting ready for the bad weather and she's like there's absolutely nothing left in the grocery stores.
Mm.
I mean she's like everything's gone. Lunch meat, hot dogs, I mean any bread, peanut butter and jelly. She said everything that you can think of. I mean it looks she was showing she was actually in her local Walmart the you know how they have those fruit bins
Mhm.
with gone all I mean just one little I think she was walking through and like one little random kiwi was laying in a fruit bin by
The
itself.
saddest kiwi.
Yes, I don't know, probably was rotten or something is why it
Yeah.
got left there, but yeah, I mean it's like you can tell those people are, I mean of course they're probably going to get clobbered with the snow.
We're still working down our leftovers from our
Yes,
holiday.
good lord.
Yeah. I ate a good bit today. I had the turnip greens.
Please don't tell me that you ate that turkey because
Yeah.
that turkey has been there since Christmas Day.
Now it's in my belly.
Oh my goodness! Why did you must have like your stomach must be made of cast iron.
I used those corn muffins and the turnip greens, and I had the turkey, and it was great.
Jeez, that
That's what I ate for
turkey
breakfast.
has been in the refrigerator since I was going to throw it out today. As a matter of fact,
Well, you can't. And now I'm processing it.
oh god,
Now it's energy. It's fuel for the fire. That was 4 hours ago, so I think I'm good.
yeah. Well, you better hope so.
Yeah.
The turnip greens weren't that old; those were just from New Year's
No.
Day. That was just what, Wednesday.
Yep.
So no, that wasn't. Did you eat all of those?
Yeah.
I actually wanted some of that
Sorry.
pot liquor, as
Sorry.
it's called,
Sorry.
the juice off of them.
It's tough for you. You still hadn't eaten your croissant.
I know.
And I was just like, well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat this because she's still got her croissant to eat, and I'm gonna eat this for lunch. So there we go. Get that out of the way. But yeah, so I guess with the holidays, a couple of things we want to talk about is whenever you're taking things down, sometimes it is good to take a moment and try to be organized. And one of the things that we've done over the years is by buying some little pieces of Tupperware type, Rubbermaid things or plasticky storage container things and putting them away. Having
Speaking
them
of that, how much
labeled.
were those this morning? You went to
They were I was at
you went to
Target.
Target and got 5 more.
Yeah, they're this. I want to say they're
Hefty.
around 70 quarts, maybe a little bit bigger. They're made by Hefty. They were 687.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
They had everything down to like 2 pallets. The ones that I looked at online weren't there anymore. They had some solid color ones and some clear ones. I like the clear ones because then you can see what's inside.
Yes, I do too.
We did get color ones once before, which I don't mind because we got orange ones for Halloween.
For the
And
fall
we
decorations.
got red ones that were the tree, the Christmas Village stuff.
Yep.
And I mean that's fine. It's kind of color coordinated towards the season and that thing, but just taking the time to put that stuff away the right way does make it easier when it's next year and it's time to put it back out. So,
Well, I mean, it makes stuff last a lot longer.
Yeah.
I have some, I've got a lot of decorations for my tree that I've had for 20 plus years. And I do feel like it is because I have stored it correctly. Now, have I broke some ornaments over the year? Sure. Of course I have. Everybody does. But like I say, I've got a lot of stuff that I've had for 20 plus years. This year, earlier this year, I actually replaced my mantle, the garland for the mantle,
yeah,
because what I had
was
old and it had been in the attic. I mean, we
Yeah.
stored in the attic. So over the years, it had just gotten extremely dried out,
Yep.
brittle, and was starting to break. And I took the opportunity this year to
buy something a little nicer.
buy something nicer.
Yep.
And actually, I'm going to do that all year this year. I'm replacing several things for the next Christmas season. And I've already started looking at some prices. Things have dropped drastically as far as the price. And I won't purchase a lot of things at one time, but my goal is I've got a little list and I'm going to purchase some things over the next few months.
Yeah, what were the new things that kind of like cabbage? What were those called?
What?
The little green things that kind of like cabbage that you were like, I got to get some of these.
Oh, you're talking about not cabbage.
They kind of look like cabbage,
No,
or
they did not look like
they're
cabbage.
green and they kind of like an alien pod,
They
like
were
cabbage.
no, not like cabbage.
What's it called?
It's a star pod.
Star pod. Yeah. So these star pod things look pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very pricey.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they're really cool.
They're really pretty. Yes.
So Google star pods and you'll be like,
Um,
oh, those things. Oh,
they're
yeah.
actually star pod. It's actually got it's got moss on it, like a green moss. They're really pretty. They are expensive. They come, I guess, like a stick. Yeah, just Google Star Pod and it will come up. I'm going to
Yeah.
get a couple of those for next year to do some decorating with. The ones that I really want are like $69 or $70 a piece.
$70.
Yes,
Yeesh.
and I need about 5 of them.
Yeesh.
Yeah, so I'm going to order a couple here and there just to. I found a website that I can order a few at a time.
Okay.
Just because I don't want all that expense hitting at one time.
I understand.
But there are a few things, like I say, I'm going to work on between now and for the next few months, getting some stuff in. You don't have to go straight into storage because we won't decorate till the next season. But anyway.
Well, like you said, if we're going to decorate in October, that's only 10 months away.
There you go.
So,
be here before
we should have that little countdown, like they do with the elf calendar, like the day after Christmas. Only 364 days left. That sort of thing.
Yeah,
we should have that for October for our decorating time, and just have a picture of him with like the wrapping paper and ribbons all around him and stuff. Or us, we could do a candid photo of us and get Amber to take pictures. It'd be our countdown calendar. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. Oh well. So, anyway, that's all I got.
Yeah, me too.
We'll do a short one.
Yeah, me too.
Both under the weather. You're doing great to breathe, by the way.
I know. Well, I mean, mine's not stuffy.
I'm still coughing every now and then.
No, mine's not stuffy like sinus stuffy. Mine is my throat.
Yeah.
Mine is I'm sure that's drainage, but I don't feel like, thank goodness, my sinuses are not stopped up completely.
Yeah.
So that's good because that is the most miserable feeling. Now I did gargle with as hot as I could stand, salty water last night, and I think that helped some. I know that's
I've used that Vicks stuff a lot, and that's helped a lot with open my sinuses up. But I need to shower and get it off of me.
Yeah,
because I have layers on me, and it doesn't feel the cleanest.
I remember being a kid, whenever my mom would put Vicks mentholatum or Vicks vapor rub on our chest, they would always say that you're not supposed to go outside with it on you because it opens up your pores. Now, I mean, I guess that would be like right after you put it on there, because then I don't know. I'm sure it's an old wives' tale. Just like putting it on your feet has to be an old wives' tale that people say that will work.
I never heard about it on the feet until Joe Coy said it. My mom would put it on my chest. When I was younger, I had bronchitis a good bit, and that would help open me up so I could breathe a little better. But yeah, I hadn't used that stuff since I was a little kid, probably since I was like 7.
Well, apparently some people use it a lot. I mean, like they rub it under their nose. I don't know if I could stand that stuff on my face. You would think that would burn.
I did it. So after I rubbed it on my chest, I had a little hands. I just went like that, and I was like, "Oh, there we go. I can breathe." Yeah.
You know what it's made out of, right?
Magic.
It's made out of menthol, camphor,
eucalyptus,
and eucalyptus. 3 things. Yes.
What is camphor? That sounds like something you use on a motor.
What is camphor actually? I'm not sure. And they also say that you can put some in the shower.
Yeah, I read that.
Camphor. What is camphor? Camphor oil. It doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't really say.
It's magic oil,
I guess.
It comes from a magic bean.
It comes from the wood of camphor.
The wood of camphor. Oh, that's specific.
It says it comes from the wood of the camphor laurel and other Asian or Brneo, Brneo trees. Comes from a tree.
Cool.
It can also be synthetically produced from turpentine oil.
Oh, that's probably more it. because we have a
Camphor
lot of
has a
turpentine around
variety of
here.
uses, including medicine as a topical. Um, People say that you can put it on your that you can rub. I actually seen this last night that you can rub camp Vicks Vapor Rub on your joints, and that it will help because it's supposed to relieve pain.
Yeah.
And
If you think
mentholatum,
about it, it's the same as us putting those patches on. It has the
yeah,
same kind of like
yeah,
feeling.
mentholatum is a brand of. It's almost. It looks identical to Vicks Vapor Rub. It's the same kind of consistency. It's just in a different packaging. It's in a little jar that looks a little bit different than Vicks Vapor Rub, but they say it is really good for arthritis. That if you have arthritis in your knees or in your elbows, that you can rub it on that and it will help relieve the pain.
I wonder if that's the same stuff that's in the. Well, when I was a kid, Bengay was like the thing you'd put on your joints
Yeah, I'm
to like
sure.
loosen up.
I just
Um,
never really realized that Vicks Vapor Rub. I don't know why. It's been years since I had even thought about Vicks Vapor Rub. Until I seen where you had ordered some on Amazon
yeah.
because I seen where it said you're getting a delivery
Well,
today.
I was going to go to the store and get it, but I doubted that when I walked in the store, it'd actually be on the shelf because lately you go in stores and the thing you're looking for is never on the shelf. So I was like, just look online. Plus, I compared the prices; it was the same price to order on Amazon. So I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
all right, well, that's worth just having it shipped here than having to go to the store and chance it.
yeah. And like I say, I did not realize that people use it as much as they do.
Yeah.
But whether or not it helped on my feet last night, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll try it again tonight just because I do not want to get to feeling any worse than what I feel right now.
Right. Yeah. I was thankful that the guy I share an office with wasn't at work last week. I did work a couple days, and man, I sure coughed up a bunch. And I was glad he wasn't there to listen to me hack and cough the whole time. So yeah.
Well, tomorrow is January the 6th. The
Yes, it
holidays
is.
are officially over.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean, and I think the only reason this holiday season lasted a little bit longer was because New Year's Day fell on that Wednesday.
Mhm.
So a lot of people took off Thursday and Friday. I know we had a lot still on vacation,
We did
but
too.
tomorrow should be wide open.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be back to the grind.
Back to the grind. Yes.
Yep, we're
It,
gonna be knee deep in routine and getting back in the swing of everything, and hopefully,
I'm going to give Ticketmaster tomorrow. I'm gonna give them tomorrow. I mean, it's been weeks now since I want to say we're at least 2 weeks in, if not
okay,
more.
okay,
And I'm gonna give them one more full day. And by the end of business tomorrow, if I don't have money credited back to my credit card, I'm calling my credit card company, and I know they'll give me the money back.
all right. I like it.
It's ridiculous.
I like it. Way to go.
Yep.
Okay.
You think you're about done?
Yeah, I didn't write down anything. Probably need to once in a while.
Are you watching anything?
I watched. I watched a couple of things. I watched The Penguin on HBO Max. The Penguin, based off of Batman's comic book characters. It's not like Danny DeVito's Penguin. It's not cartoonish. It's a really good show. Colin Farrell plays the main character, and he's a gangster in Gotham, and he's very, even though he's supposed to be the bad guy, he's the guy you're rooting for because he's just you see him along the way like he's trying to do what he thinks is the right thing, and as the show progresses, you get to see a little bit more of his madness create this character that is this villain. And to the point that at the end, you're not really rooting for him anymore. You're like, I just rooted for the bad guy and he revealed himself as the bad guy at the end. You're like, crap. It's a great performance, great writing, great acting by everybody. He Colin Farrell, this is one of his best acting jobs ever. I mean, he obviously, has to become the Penguin, so he walks with a limp, and you get to see his face scarred, and he's gained a lot of weight to play this character, and he just fantastic acting. Great story. But yeah, watch that. Squid Games 2 came out. A lot of people watched Squid Games, the first one, and apparently from Netflix, everybody watched season 2 in a day. Um, it's okay. It was okay. It wasn't great. Um, I'm sure the novelty of what the show was in the beginning was so striking that it was hard for anybody to not just be wowed by what happened. And season two is going to take season two and three to understand what they're trying to do next. It is going to wrap up with just one more season. Season two is only 7 episodes, so season three is going to be it. I did watch a really cool thing on Amazon Prime called Secret Level. It's a bunch of little miniature shows that are like 12 to 15 minutes long, and it all has to do with video games and things in their character building or origin stories that were neat little stories. Um, the thing that caught me off guard was I started watching it, and the very first episode is about Dungeons and Dragons, and I was like, okay, whatever. And it was short, but it was like, why don't I just watch? Because there's a lot of like violence and things of that nature. But then pretty soon there was an episode that had a voice actor that I recognized. I was like, that's a famous person. Hang on. I think it was the third episode is called New World, the Once and Future King. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main character's voice. Um, a ship goes on down on a beach, and it's him, it's his voice, and he's like, "I'm the king. I'm going to be a conqueror of this nation." And he quickly gets killed by the people, and then he wakes up on the beach again. He's wait, what just happened? I get a second chance. I'm going to be the king, and he goes off and he gets killed again. This happens over and over again. He doesn't realize it, but he's in a video game, and it's just the fact that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, and
I'll say it sounds like Groundhog Day.
he does this thing of continuing to try to be the king, and he constantly gets defeated by average people, and he has character growth, and it's interesting.
Been some good football on.
Yeah, but I'm still talking about this.
Oh,
So the Warhammer 40,000, I don't know what that is. Apparently, it's a big deal. People play it. It's a video game. Really cool special effects. Great little movie thing. I didn't really enjoy it as much, but right after that was a thing called Pac-Man, and it was called Circle. And this thing is like a horror movie. It's like a miniature horror movie, but it's Pac-Man, and it's creepy. And I was immediately hooked, and I was like, whatever this is really cool. Then episode 8 is Armored Core Asset Management. Keanu Reeves is the main character, and I was like, holy crap, it's Keanu Reeves. This is like he's in a mecha cell suit, and it's this whole thing. Mega Man has a show that's like his beginning story. It's beautiful. It's short. It's like 10 minutes. There's lots of these little movies that are like I said, 10, 12 minutes long. Easy watch, quick. Some of them creepy, some of them really good, some of them really weird. They're all really weird. I like really weird. And if we're honest, you like really weird too. Otherwise, we wouldn't be together. So
okay.
there's that.
Okay.
Yeah. Hard hands.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna wrap this up. So thank you everybody who's listening. Appreciate it. I am short of breath because I'm about to cough again. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, share with your friends. Don't share your cold.
No,
I'll
please
try not
don't.
to share my cold. And as always, cue the cow.
Cue the cow. Moo, baby.